And here we are, the sun, the obscenely strange round sun, rises over the ocean. An ocean that could well be endless and is certainly incredibly vast in scope. I kind of wonder about this round moon. I'm thinking that if the moon has to be round and have phases, then when the moon is full, the face of the man in the moon should be a creeper face, don't you think? I think so. I don't imagine Notch had that particular sense of humor in mind when he did that, but maybe. In any event, it's time to take a dive. Get through here where I can breathe again. And now I'm going to come up again, building up another side to this thing so that I can actually dry it out and have a passage down that does not require me to almost drown on the way up. Alright. That's two sides. Let's go for a third. Alright. Go ahead and get this one done. Well, I'll wait a bit. Go ahead and get this third side done. Come on, up, up. Well, that's using an awful lot of air just to go a teeny little bit. Alright. Before I go with the fourth side, I didn't want to build that there, but this damn bouncing around. I'm going to want a platform to get onto after getting out of the water, or so that I can get out of the water. Okay. And now, take another dive back down and see if I can place that last side on the way down. Okay. I have a sneaky feeling that I blocked off some of my way up. And digging underwater is not easy, and it takes a lot of time. Alright, back down quickly and out of here. Okay, I have kind of screwed myself up a little bit here. Alright, let's get some regeneration going on. Okay, it's happening, so I can wait on the food. No, I won't. Hello? Okay. Alright. Alright, I know what I'll do. I will cut a second hole here A second one there. Oh, of course. Alright, let's... How about I get down here and light the stairway up a little bit? Now... Okay. Come on. Now, if I break this and that, there's my way up. And I will break the blocks that I got in there. And what the? Why am I not going up? Oh, I got caught on that. Come on. Come on. Alright. Okay. Now it's a simple matter to simply stop that, break it, and the water goes down one block. Oh well. Alright, let's... Well, that gives a little bit of room, but it's... Okay, I've got an alternate way up, so what I'm going to do is go down this and break the blocks that got put in the way. And come back up for air. Enough with the ooh-oohs. Alright. Let's go back down and do some more. Alright, that's it. Alright. Now, this way up, I'm going to block back off. Alright. Now I will just simply head up. See if there's see what open spots there may be. Oh, for crying out loud. Alright. Now just jump into this and head upwards, looking for open spots on the sides. That may be causing the problem with draining this thing. Come on, almost there. Okay. So we're bobbing around a little bit while we regain some health. Wait a minute. I got some dirt, don't I? Yes. Back up there. And I'm going to clear this thing out one way or another. I think this dirt might just do the job. Alright. Okay, at least I can stand still. place this there and there. Come around here, put it there, back up, fill that, get up on the dirt, fill that, and then dig my way back down a little bit. And I'm going to try to place dirt above me once I start going below the water. Come on. Get up there, get your head above water, and then dirt the way down. Come on. All right. There. Now, water is not a problem being in the way. What I'll need to do, actually, I need to do that now. I need to go get some ladders made up. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to run down, get some ladders made up. And okay, now I have I'll make a workbench. That's right, I left it in the nether. Alright, let's make a chest to store some of this crap until I actually need it. Netherrack and rotten flesh and golden nuggets right now. Alright. 13 planks isn't a whole lot, but... Ooh. I just screwed myself up big time. Now I have to go back through the nether. Okay. I made a mistake. I didn't save out enough to make a boat. So... I'm going to duck back into the portal, go back through the other side, get enough wood to make sure I can make a boat, and while I'm at it, pick up a compass. I'll be back in a bit. And I'm back. I picked up 32 ladders, and I got a hold of a compass, some more planks, and let's see. Diamond pick is just about shot, so I'm going to go ahead and make a replacement so I don't get caught without a pick. Actually, wait a minute. I can hear the people screaming at the video now. You forgot diamond. Let's see, if there's more than 2 here. Pretty good shape. No, but I'll go ahead and pick up the gold. Alright. Check the last 3 blocks here. Just see the comments. You missed iron. Oh well. Never hurts to have a little extra iron. Good for the diet. military stuff. Alright, let's throw a little cobble down here. The rest of this stuff, I think, wait, well, no. My torches are running low, so grabbing this coal is a good idea. Alright. Go ahead and alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and make up a stone pick for the time being. I don't feel like waiting around for the iron to smelt. Well, I'll get this figured out eventually here. Alright, maximize the torches. Got the ladders. The chest here. Since there's a portal here, I'm going to go ahead and leave the flint and steel there. Make another one someday if I need it. Now, let's head up. Drop a few torches along the way just to keep it from being unpleasantly spawnable dark. And then we will ladder our way up. Okay, we don't need that there anymore. That can even be there. One up. And now let us commence to positioning ladders. 32 ladders ought to be enough to get up there. Good grief. All the way down below the bottom of the ocean, and I can hear it raining. Is that a little much or what? Okay. Now I'm going to, well, frankly, I'm going to wait for this rain to end because I absolutely despise how loud it is, and there is no bed handy, and there is no wool or string to make wool in order to make a bed, so I'm going to stop the recording, turn the sound off, and wait for the rain to stop. Alright. The rain has finally ended after continuing all night and into the mid-morning of the next day. However, all is well. Now that I have the compass, I know that this is the direction towards spawn, and it is the direction in which I am most likely to find actual land. I've read a little bit about a very probable bug in the terrain generation that basically when you start getting around 3,000 blocks away from spawn, which is roughly where we are, then the terrain generator is most likely to generate a ginormous ocean that, if you continue in this direction towards the sunset, well, okay, I guess that's east, that's sunrise. But anyway, if I continue in this direction away from spawn, then, as I understand it, this ocean would never end. There might be an occasional island, but the ocean itself would never come to an end. And so, I'm going to hop into a boat and proceed that way, following the compass. I've gone ahead and put some torches here and so on to light this up should I come this way again, and frankly I will come this way again, although I'll use the nether path to get here. Because if this is as large a body of water as I suspect, and I think it is, then this is going to be a perfect place to build a hostile mob system. And we're off. Adjust the course a little bit, point directly towards spawn, and we'll just move that way. Trying not to be dizzified or sickened by the strange flashing artifacting of rendering so much water with no land. And we'll just see how long it takes to find some place. Okay, we're drifting off the course a little bit here. I'm leaving my render distance on normal in the hopes that I will actually spot some land instead of sailing right on by it. Although I can tell that as soon as I do find some land, I'm going to have to jack this render distance back down to short because I'm getting a very low frame rate. Optifine can't be updated fast enough. Okay, this is too much. Okay, we're a little bit better. Not quite as much of the flashies. Not quite as much lag. A little bit of land here, but it looks to be just an island. A small one with no trees. There's another smallish looking island. Or maybe not quite so small. The question is this real terrain or is it just another island? Let's try going around it to see. If we can gain control of the boat. Yes, this is an island. It's a little bigger, but it's still just an island. And looking at the underwater formations, that's probably another one. Yes. Yeah. Good size, lots of sand. Or maybe it's more than that. Who knows? It is starting to take on more of the look of a coastline. Yes, it is. Alright, we may have arrived at actual land, desert though it may be. So, see if I can get out of this without destroying it. Or drowning. Okay, the boat is sailing away, but that's not critical. Okay, we definitely appear to have some real land. Spawn is that way, so that way we will go. Wait a minute. just simply for the heck of it, drop a torch there to indicate the direction in which our little homemade island is out in the wilderness of the ocean. This is definitely newly generated. Most of this cactus is only 1 block tall. Which tells me that it didn't exist a few minutes ago. Heading across here for a while, although it's getting dark, it's going to be necessary to stop and do something about a shelter for overnight. Okay, apparently this was an island. A large one, but an island. Alright. At least that's what it looks like from this point of view. Alright, I'm going to... I guess I'll just go ahead and use some of this cobblestone. Build a temporary shelter. Well, actually a permanent shelter, because I'm just going to leave it here. And spend the night here. And in the morning head towards spawn. Not necessarily to return to spawn, but simply to have a direction to go in. Because, you know, the desert is fine, and I can easily see building something in the desert. But one of the things I want to find is these much talked about and often seen in other people's videos NPC villages, which I have not encountered in my world at all. Alright. One of these days I'll point this thing in the right direction. Alright. Alright. It's no great shakes, and the Hyatt Regency has nothing to fear from the competition of this place. But it'll do for the night. And so I'll catch you in the morning. Alright. It's actually midday now. I got a little preoccupied and lost track of what was going on, so let's go ahead and make up another workbench. And this one I'm going to pick up and take with me. And let's see. No, we don't make a boat out of mushrooms. Although I suppose that you could if you used a giant mushroom and inverted it. But first you'd have to convince Jeb or Notch to write code for that. Okay, we have it. We have our direction, and let's go. On the second day of the quest for continental land. Okay, we've run into some ice here. And it still, however, looks more like just island. Island with some trees, to be sure. several islands with trees and one in a snow area. But as yet, no clear sign of continental land, although we might be getting there. In any event, I'm going to get out here, harvest a few trees because my wood supply is getting low. Cow, I really don't want your opinion. That's a decent little starter for some wood. Drop a torch here. And let's see, what do we have over here? Okay, it looked like a cave. It's actually just a lighting glitch. On the other hand, I want to gain some altitude here and have a look around. See if we're on some kind of a continent or just a really big island. And I think the easiest way to do this is I'm just going to make a temporary dirt pillar and have a look. Don't push me around, chicken. I will slaughter your butt. Without even hesitating for a second. Alright. Let's open up the render distance again. Oh, I'm sorry. That's just wrong. Let stuff load. It looks like we're on a good-sized body of land, at least. And some snow country. That might be worth investigating by itself if it's big enough size. Not that I think I'd want to actually go to all the work of moving the mansion to here, but then again, maybe. It would be an enormous amount of work to go back to the mansion, take it apart, and then bring all of the raw materials here and rebuild it. Just look this way a bit and let that area load some more and have a look at it. Could just be a little bit of land with frozen ocean surrounding it. In any event, if only because I don't have to listen to the cows, I think I'm going to spend the night up here. And then in the morning, we'll have a better look around. Alright, it's mid-morning for the next day. The snow continues, but I did take some time to run outside and shear some sheep. And I came up with 12 wool after only shearing 3. So that actually strikes me as being a little bit more generous. It seems to me it used to be you'd get about 3 wool per shearing. But I'm not going to complain. I'm going to make a bed instead. And now I'm not going to be placing this thing down here because it's just a little too cramped. So I'm going to cut an opening here and get those ladders out. Make a way up, and I'm going to build a bedroom upstairs. Alright. Okay. Not going to be the largest bedroom in the world, but it will serve. Okay. Get some more logs or wood or whatever they are. You know what I mean. These things. Turn them into those. I'm going to extend that ladder another couple. Not like that though. Aim is terrible, and it's all on account of this blasted lag. And of course it goes sailing off the edge. Yeah. Well, it looks like I'll need more glass, but that won't be a problem. For right now, I will just fill in with planks. Yeah. Alright. And now, with no ceremony at all, we just pop the bed down there. Get some torches in here. That is not how I wanted to do them. Okay. There we go. Alright. Not very pretty or anything like that. We'll deal with that another time. In the meantime, we don't have to wait through the night anymore. And with it being on a second floor, there is much less likely to be any problems from critters making uninvited overnight visits. Alright. I'll need to put that to use. Save those. I'm going to need to cut some more wood and scout around to hunt up some more easy coal. Get some more sand to make the rest of the windows I need, and so on. And I will tend to that offline, and in the meantime, we'll catch you in the next episode as we begin to explore this new winter wonderland. Take it easy. I'm out of here.